Welcome, everybody, to the Monday, June 9th, 2025 regular town council meeting. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let me see. Okay. Can we have a roll call, please?
Mike Joseph,
Here.
Fran Hudson,
Here.
Doris LeBranch,
Here.
Adam Lint,
Here.
and Lee Trahan.
Here.
Disclosures of conflicts of interest. Tonight, I'm going to state that I believe I may have one on the order number 18-2025 for the authorization of those lights on Halifax Heights. I'm going to remove myself from voting and speaking on it, as I have family members that live there. So to be fair and upfront and transparent, I won't have anything to do with that tonight. And now, anybody else have any conflicts of interest? No? Then we will go on to approval of the previous meeting minutes of May 12th. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of May 12th, 2025?
So move. Second.
Any discussion? And could we have a vote, please?
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lint,
Yes.
and Lee Trahan.
Yes.
Motion to approve May 12th, 2025 minutes as presented passes 5-0.
Moving on to communications, boards and committee appointments. Can I get a motion to appoint to the Agricultural Commission Walter Ellery Keene? Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on Walter? Could we have a vote, please?
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lint,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
and Mike Joseph.
Yes.
Motion to appoint Walter Keene to the Agriculture Committee passes 5-0.
Could I please have a motion to appoint to the Planning Board Rodney Cloutier?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on Rodney? And could we have a vote?
I'll just make a note if I may. Rodney, this is his first time around. He's taking someone else's position, so he's a new appointment.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, who second? Was that Adam?
Me.
Thank you. Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lint,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
and Fran Hudson.
Yes.
Motion to appoint Rodney Cloutier to the Planning Board passes 5-0.
Next, we need a motion to appoint to the Kennebec Sanitary District Tyler Mitchell.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on Tyler? Is he renewed or?
He is a renewal. He's been on the board since 2021.
Can we-
Ada- oop.
I'm sorry, go ahead. A vote,
Adam
please.
Lint,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
and Doris LeBranch.
Yes.
So motion to appoint Tyler Mitchell to the Kennebec Sanitary District Board passes 5-0.
Next, we have one opening, one spot for the Charter Review Committee. Are we going to vote first? I think we've all voted.
Yes, so I had 4 people that wanted to be on the committee. One of them called me today and left me a voicemail asking to remove his name. So I did pass around ballots for everyone to vote. They are public ballots, so I will just read them. Adam Lint voted for Deborah Russell. Mike Joseph voted for Deborah Russell. Doris LeBranch voted for Deb Russell. Fran Hudson for Deborah Russell, and Lee Trahan voted for Kyle Price.
Could we have a motion to appoint to the Charter Review Committee Deborah Russell?
So moved.
Second it.
Any discussion? And a vote. I'm sorry. Vote.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lynch.
Yes.
Motion to appoint Deborah Russell to the Charter Review Committee passes 5-0.
The next, we have to fill some spots, I believe, on the council. The council members have to fill some spots. We need one spot per committee. I'm already on the Fair Hearing Board for general assistance.
I'll take the bid committee.
Let's go down in order. Does anybody want, we need one more for the Fair Hearing Board.
I'll take it.
I think I just need one. Dale was on that committee, so I think it's Fran and Lee. They're not currently on it.
You don't need one then?
I need one.
Doris
one.
just,
Oh, I thought Mike said he would take it.
No,
So I'm sorry.
no.
So Doris will be on the committee.
Yes.
correct.
You said that, I'm already on that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've never met, so. Do you want to vote for that? Get that out of the way?
Do you want to just show of hands, or do you want an actual vote or what?
And we can do show of hands.
Everybody who agrees to have Doris on the Fair Hearing Board? We need somebody for the Kennebec Valley Council of Government.
Dale was on that committee.
Does that one meet very often, or?
I think they have a monthly meeting. It's an outside KV cog.
Nobody's jumping on that yet. Let's see if someone jumps on Kennebec well, actually, on the Kennebec Regional Development Authority, first part, I reached out to Ray Karen today. He's still very much interested in staying on that committee. So as long as we can all agree just to have Ray continue, he's been on it for like 3 years, Ray will fill that spot if everybody agrees. Show of hands, Ray staying on?
But is someone on the council required to be on that board?
No.
They haven't contacted us saying otherwise since
Okay.
Ray's left.
And then I guess my other question would be, if Ray stays on, how is he going to communicate with the council?
He will meet up with us. He even spoke that he plans on coming in August to give us some updates on it.
Oh, okay.
Okay? We need someone for the bid committee.
I'll do that.
And that's another one, it's somewhat of a defunct committee. Nobody knows when the last time they met. But they're on the books, so we want to keep it filled just in case.
Okay.
Well,
All in favor? I'm so sorry.
Sorry. Wouldn't that be at the situation like when Steve opens up bids? Then that's when the committee should be getting together?
I believe so, yes.
Do we know what the committee would do?
Do we even know who was last on the
It's been a long
committee?
time. It's-
Oof.
Yeah. I believe the last members were Ernie Baker, Ray Karen, and Steve Martin were the last three on the committee.
Same again, I'm sorry.
Steve Martin, the contractor,
Oh,
Ray Karen, and Ernie Baker, an old public works director who lives up on Cushman Road, were the last members.
I guess maybe we should reach out and see if they're still interested.
That's quite a while ago that we really haven't really
Used it.
used them very much. I mean, the council's always kind of been comfortable with my decisions as far as equipment and bidding and whatever, but I know we have a committee, so it's your call.
I believe, Steve, you've already opened up, what, three bids?
Since I've been here, yeah, 3 bids. Well, the truck, the car, and the library.
So that would have definitely been useful if we had a bid committee.
Didn't know they existed at the time.
Okay, thanks, Paul.
So I'm sorry, did we vote for Mike to be on that? Did we?
No.
Show of hands for Mike?
There's one.
Do you have the names of the others so we can call them up as well?
He just gave us the name.
Okay.
And lastly, we have the audit committee. I'll go on that if you'd like. If anybody else would rather, go ahead.
Audra, is that another?
That's another one of
Another
those.
defunct?
And now we have the auditor, I think and the pre-auditor that handles those audit for the town. That's on my to-do list someday, to go through and try to figure out what these committees were tasked to do, and if we do need to keep them, or if we can have them repealed and clean up that list.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Everyone in favor of myself being on the audit committee? So we're still looking for one for the Kennebec Valley Council of Government. Can you give an explanation as to what that even is?
I'm not overly familiar. I think I sent out a link to their website. They help towns in the area get grants or to better their,
Through the chair. Yeah, so Kennebec, KVCOG, Kennebec Valley Council of Governments. It's an organization formed, they're headquartered right across the street from Hudamaki. And they basically have a staff that reach out to various communities throughout central Maine, the Kennebec Valley, Kennebec County, and provide services, whether it's, like she stated, helping find grants. I know they're looking at a code enforcement program. They're looking at various other programs to help municipalities throughout the region.
You go to those meetings?
Actually, I was approached today to ask, they asked me if I wanted to be on their board. So, yeah, so I'm waiting for a packet of information. They were supposed to send it to me today. I haven't seen it yet. But as soon as I get that information, I'll share that with you guys.
So if he's on it, do we still need to have a counselor?
I can check into that.
Okay, because I'd be the only one left. Thank you, Steve.
We can hold off on that one and find out more information. We can always put that back on the agenda.
And Fran, as far as that one, I don't think their building is accessible.
Oh, it isn't? Oh. I'm going to ask if you guys all, by a show of hands, would mind if we could take resolution number and skip where we are right now and go to resolution number 20-225, nomination of the Spirit of America Award.
Can we take that out of order and do that
Yes.
next?
So,
Yes.
yeah, second, okay, and a vote.
Who seconded? I missed it.
I'll second.
It's not working. My pen's dying, sorry. Adam Lint,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
and Doris LeBranch.
Yes.
A motion to take resolution number 20-2025 out of order passes 5-0.
And I just want to make sure I read it. It's a nomination for the Spirit of America Award to go to, presented to James Poulin.
Correct.
And I think that's sponsored by Lee, but Steve, you could probably take it from here.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Hold on, real quick, hold on. We
Yep.
need one more vote for that, to approve the nomination for James
Right.
Poulin.
Do you want to approve it first?
Yes.
Okay,
Do I have first? Doris, thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Mike Joseph.
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
and Adam Lind.
Yes.
Motion to appoint James Poulin for the Spirit of America Award passes 5-0. It's all yours now, Steve.
Thank you, Audrey. Resolution number 20-2025, a resolution providing for nomination for the Spirit of America Award 2025 to be presented to James Poulin. Be it resolved by the Town Council of the Town of Winslow as follows. Whereas Mr. James Poulin dedicated 32 remarkable years to the education of students in Winslow schools, including an impressive 9 years serving as the chair of the department, where he led initiatives that significantly enhanced the academic experience for both students and faculty. And whereas over the span of his coaching career, Mr. Poulin has demonstrated tireless dedication to youth athletics, contributing a remarkable 42 years to the sport of basketball, both girls and boys, 38 years to football, 12 years to track and field, and 1 year to softball, thereby shaping the lives of countless young athletes. And whereas, under his leadership, Mr. Poulin has achieved numerous accolades, having been named the Eastern Maine Basketball Coach of the Year on 2 occasions. He has also earned the distinction of KVAC Basketball Coach of the Year 4 times and was recognized as the AFLAC National Assistant Football Coach of the Year for 2003, showcasing his exceptional coaching abilities and his commitment to excellence. And whereas Mr. Poulin's influence extends beyond athletics, his commitment to community service was exemplified in 1987 when he organized an impressive group of over 100 students to volunteer their time and efforts to assist with the evacuations and relocations during a catastrophic flood, demonstrating his leadership in times of crisis. Furthermore, he has spoken at 5 Winslow High School graduations, inspiring countless students as they embark on new chapters in their lives. And whereas his dedication to the Winslow community has not gone unnoticed, he was recognized as the Elks Citizen of the Year for the years 1998 and 1999. Received the Winslow Lions Club Annual Award in 2003 and served as the Grand Marshal of the Winslow 4th of July Parade in 2001. Further highlighting his deep-rooted connection to service of the community, and be it resolved by the Town Council of the Town of Winslow to hereby nominate James Poulin for the Spirit of America Award for his dedicated service to Winslow youth sports and to this community. Sponsored by Lee Trahan, signed by the Winslow Town Council. Congratulations, Mr. Poulin.
Well deserved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jim.
Made many an impression in kids' lives, you did. 2 of my sons included, so thank you. Corey Moser.
Yeah,
Christopher Moser.
good kids,
Thank you.
but the apple doesn't fall too far.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
There you go.
Moving on to reports of committees and commissions. Town managers report.
Through the chair, thank you, residents of Winslow, esteemed counselors. The town manager's monthly notes for the month of May 2025. For schools, I attended the May school board meeting, listened to the presentation by energy management consultants. They provide energy audits, tools to manage work projects, and creative ways to fund projects while demonstrating cost savings. Project examples may include replacing old windows, old HVAC systems, upgrading light fixtures to include LED fixtures, etc. They also provide extensive project management tools to their clients. It was a pretty extensive briefing, more to follow, so just something to keep an eye on with regard to schools. I would imagine we'll see some projects maybe in the future with regard to upgrading some of their facility maintenance issues. Winslow PD attended Officer Hannah Burby's graduation from the Maine Criminal Justice Academy, their basic law enforcement program, 18 weeks of training. Officer Michael Brainerd is scheduled to attend in the coming months, and Officer Dean Crosby is also scheduled to attend. Town equipment, one of those bids was finalized for the GMC truck. We put another bid out. It came in at $3,750, went to Pine View Homes. 1806 Historical Schoolhouse. Last month I updated you with the bid schedule. However, since then we lost the grant money. It was terminated. The Maine Historical Preservation Commission terminated a total of 7 grants across the state. We happen to be one of them. I've since met with the Public Works Director, the Parks and Rec Director, and members of the Friends of Fort Halifax, trying to determine a path forward while also preserving the historical status of the old 1806 schoolhouse. I did meet with some folks from the Central Maine Growth Council. They're looking to help us out by publishing an article in various publications to help get the word out. Maybe we can generate some donations for that project. Fort Halifax Park, we're moving forward with the new stage project, the gazebos, the bateau stand, as well as the bateau boat itself. Actually, the Sentinel paper was there today. Hannah was there, conducted an interview with Ray, Karen, and Mickey. Took some pictures of the boat. Discussed the stand that needs to be built near the blockhouse. And we also talked a little bit about, with Paul and Hannah, the reporter, we talked a little bit about the stage and moving forward with that project.
Do you think that stage is going to be done this summer? They're going to be working on it, I mean?
Yeah, it's just really a matter of moving some earth, setting the slab, the foundation for the stage, and getting that stage put up. I believe all the materials are ordered for that project, so we're ready to break ground probably in the next 2 weeks anyway. Yeah. Then that's for both the stage and the stand for the bateau boat. Yep. One other note for Fort Halifax, it was noted that we recently had 10 wooden Adirondack chairs that were placed throughout Fort Halifax Park. They disappeared. We think they were tossed in the river. So they're gone. We actually sent a crew out from the fire department, took a look downriver, were unable to secure any of them. So, and I think at least half of them were donated, correct, Paul?
7 out of 10, I believe.
7 out of 10 were donated. So, Town Forest, on May 15th, I visited the Town Forest. The town of Winslow owns a parcel of property located off the Albion Road in Winslow. It's roughly 500 acres. The Agricultural Commission, in partnership with the Parks and Rec Department, are looking at developing this for recreational use. This will include hunting by permit, hiking trails, and educational opportunities. It's really a great-looking piece of land. They're doing a lot of work as far as just starting to build some of the trail network out there. If you've never been, you should check it out. Winslow Junior High demolition. So we're moving forward with that project, and I know there's been some discussion on social media regarding the ceiling tiles. We're finalizing a draft contract for demo work with EnviroVantage, who you guys approved, I think it was last month or the month before. It's currently under review with EnviroVantage. We expect the work to start in the next couple of weeks. Something to note, we're still working the asbestos abatement project. So the crew that was working on that, they had to leave. They went to Maine Maritime Academy in Castine. They started a project out there. So we're waiting for them to come back, wrap up the asbestos abatement project at the Winslow Junior High so that we can move forward with the demolition project. I've had some discussions with Peter Tibitot, the superintendent of schools, and we actually met last week at the junior high. We discussed, the ceiling tiles and the sentimental value, and we both empathize with, people's need and want for those pieces of memorabilia. One solution that we came up with was Peter went back, he messaged me late Thursday evening. He spoke with an educator in the school district. They had done a project when the building was, when they decided that they were going to shut down the junior high. She went through with some students and documented the ceiling tiles. So they took photographs of the ceiling tiles. There's a link to those files. So I'm working with the town clerk, Audra, to get that link posted on the town website as well as the town Facebook page. That way residents can go to that link, find their tile, cut and paste or whatever, their pictures if they can find their tiles. I know not all the tiles are in those pictures. For instance, it was noted that the person that did the project and recorded all the tiles through photographs, I guess some of the classrooms, tiles were flipped over because of the scenes that were painted on the tile. Whatever, teachers didn't particularly care for those pictures, so the tiles were flipped over. So we missed some of those, but I think you'll find that the vast majority of tiles are in those photo files. It's on a Google shared file, so that's a good thing. Hopefully people can find their memorabilia through those photos and do what they need to do with that. So other than that, the project, we're expecting the demo work to start the next couple of weeks. EnviroVantage, again, needs to get back with us with the contract. Sunset Heights, we conducted, myself and Paul, Public Works Director, we conducted a preliminary meeting with Wright Pierce to review the project, discuss phases, and forecast any challenges or issues that may arise for that project going through Sunset Heights. And barring any questions, that concludes my notes for the month of May.
Through the chair. I was going to ask you, I know it's going to be, is that going to be a three process up in Sunset Heights, Paul?
Well, at least two.
And two?
We have phase one that we're working on right now.
So, okay, so what are we doing? Are we doing the outside streets? Because somebody's asking me, are we doing the outside streets
Well, we're
first?
pretty much starting down at the river where the new outfall's going up Gale,
Oh,
crossing over, going
Hey,
through
Paul.
that
you should be
way.
up at the mic. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Paul.
No problem. Basically, we're gonna start down at the river on Lithgow Street where the new outfall's going,
Okay,
going up Gale Hill, crossing through the fields over by Norton Field where the concession stand is, going all the way up to Joe Ave. And then branching out from those streets, we're gonna do all of Busier Street, Sunset Street. So basically, we're gonna get all the outfalls done for all the storm drains.
okay.
So we're doing storm drain, sewer, and the roads and all those areas.
That includes also that's going to go under the railroad tracks as well?
Yes, that's part of the outfall.
That's all part of this?
Yes.
This one? Okay,
Yes.
thank you, Paul.
But that's basically the backbone, so the next phase, they'll have something to basically tie into and keep going, so.
Okay, thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
If I may, for the chair.
Lee, go ahead.
Oh, I have a question for Steve. as far as the survey that was put out about what we want to go in place of the junior high,
Yep.
that was first I had seen or heard about it, was when it popped up on the screen, so do you have any information to share with us?
I do that. That's actually coming up later on in the,
Oh, okay,
in the agenda. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Thank you for asking, though. There's some good information on it.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Any other questions? Thank you.
Any other department reports? Paul, are you all set?
I'm good. You guys are.
I think we're good. Let's have a motion to approve all reports. I'll
So
first.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
And a vote, please, Audra.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lind,
Yes.
and Lee Trahan.
Yes.
Motion to approve all reports as presented passes 5-0.
Starting old business, but before we do, I just wanted to make you both aware that this is going to be lengthy. You're more than welcome, absolutely, to stay, but if any time you need to leave, you're more than welcome to do so. Okay? So, old business, order number 17-2025, authorizing the town manager to renew the contract between the town and the Waterville Area Humane Society for $17,737.46 annually, commencing July 1st, 2025 to June 30th, 2026, per the attached agreement.
So moved.
A second.
Any discussion? Can we have a vote, please?
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lind,
Yes.
Mike Joseph.
Yes.
And Lee Trahan.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Moving on to new business. Ordinance number 04-2025, an amendment to ordinance number 10-2024, personnel rules and regulations for town employees, amending various sections by adding the underlined and deleting the strike-through language in the attached documents. This is a public hearing, if anybody would like to speak.
Sorry, hold on, don't start yet.
Walk though, right? That's not included in the 3 minutes, hopefully.
So you have, the public hearing has 5 minutes.
Right.
Oh, 5, wow. Good evening, I'm Stephanie Subach, Goodrich Lane, Winslow. Thank you for the opportunity to speak at this public comment for the Personnel Rules and Regulations for Town Employees, ordinance number 04-TEC 2025. First, I want to give the good feedback I'd like to provide on the 2 new appendices added, that being I and J, for both cell phone and social media usage. I think they're extremely well-written and would serve the town and well having those policies in place. In terms of things that may be less palatable to the general public, we'll see as we go here. Commenting just in chronological order as I reviewed the document, I just have a question on the first one, 4.1 employment, quoting, "There shall be as wide a search for qualified candidates as is practical." Was this done with the assessor position, which was appointed in 2025? That's my question. I didn't see the position advertised, but thankfully I'm retired and I'm not looking for job opportunities, but I guess that's my question. I did note in the budget package, when I looked at the FY26 budget package that was out for general review, that it listed 1.9 years of service for the assessor that was appointed. So that's just my question, and I'll leave it at that. In section 4.4, under per diem employees, I just have a question on what roles or functions, do we have any per diem employees? What are they fulfilling? The reason I have a concern about that is there's certainly less visibility for the general public to understand what per diem employees or services are being paid for by the town if there's not a contract or actually hiring into an existing position. You know, are there agreements in place that have a hourly figure put in there? Because these are purely employees that are only paid by the hour. So they're not paid any benefits, so that those costs are really not visible reviewing a general budget package. So I was just curious about that as well. Section 5.2, standard hours of work. I'd like to recommend that the municipal offices be open Monday through Friday to best accommodate residents' work and personal schedules. I will admit, I showed up there on a Friday once to try to register a new car that we bought, and not new to us, and tried to do that and had to turn around and come back home. I recommend seeing Monday through Friday. One day a week should at least be open at 8 a.m., close at 6 p.m. to match the existing hours in place for the town office. Notional hours to equal up to a 40-hour week could be 9 to 5 on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 8 to 6 on Wednesday, and 8 to 2 Friday. If an employee wishes to take a 30-minute unpaid lunch break, then their shift could start a half hour earlier. I did note that that section was proposed to be amended to allow employees not to take a lunch break at all. So that's when there were 4 10-hour shifts involved. I think that this suggested type of hours and schedule would better serve the residents if whatever they're trying to do to conduct business in the town, whether it's register a vehicle, vote, pay a tax, a sewer bill, or inquire about a building permit or tax assessment. And that would affect also section 6.1 under holidays, because that talks about a 4-day work week. In terms of health insurance benefits, that under 6.13, wanted to know what the cost was to taxpayers, increasing the reimbursement of dependent health coverage costs from 60 to 80%. I understand it's just a snapshot in time based on what your current workforce is and how many dependents that folks have. But I'd like to know how much the additional cost is just now, and notice that it will change in the future. In terms of Appendix H, municipal workplace pet policy, I have 2 rescue dogs of my own, and so this certainly piqued my interest. The policy was well written and fairly comprehensive, less the licensing requirements, but really, there should be no pets allowed in municipal offices or while performing any official town duties. It's really a liability to the town, and I think the policy actually outlined reasons that stated that there should not be any pets, including public reception, allergies, health concerns, liability, and disruption. So I recommend that the policy be updated to add a brief section to say that we're abiding by the state of Maine's policy on service animals and state facilities, leaving it at that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else like to speak from the public?
I'm just, Louis Bourgeois, Abbott Road, Winslow. I'm just wondering, do we have any statistics on, I worked at Bath, so I didn't get in town until late. Is there a lot of people that use it after hours, or not after hours, but, come in after we normally closed? Now we're staying open on 10 hours a day. I'm just wondering, is there a lot of people that use it, the
Yes,
extra hours?
yes, there is.
There is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else? Okay, moving forward. Can we have a motion for the amendment to the ordinance?
So move.
Second.
Does any of the council have any discussion on any of it? Can we have a vote, please?
Okay. Doris LaBranche,
Yes.
Adam Lint,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
and Fran Hudson.
Yes.
Motion to amend the ordinance number 10, 2024, personnel rules and regulations for town employees, amending various sections by adding the underlined and deleting the strike-through language, passes 5-0.
Order number 18-2025. Authorization is granted for the town manager to approve the installation of a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 6 streetlights in the Halifax Heights subdivision. The specific locations will be determined by the Public Works Director and Winslow Fire Chief. The installation costs shall not exceed $1,200 per light, and a monthly fee will be established, which will be the responsibility of the town of Winslow. And do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Through the chair. Paul, could you give us some more information on that? I know.
I've chosen 3 locations on that development, one on each street and one in the back.
Okay,
And we've gotten permission from CMP to put them up.
okay.
Takes a little bit of a process to get through them to get permission to hang on their poles, but we're all set to go. I've got the lights on hand, and Winswell's got to order the mast arms, and they should
Okay.
go up. next
So we're going
couple
with
months.
just 3 lights, not 6 lights?
Correct.
Okay,
If that's okay with the council, I mean, I've got 3 already on hand, and I think 1 on each leg is plenty,
should be plenty.
yeah.
There's gonna be something similar to the ones they have on Whipple Street, is that what they are?
Yeah, they're all 18-watt LEDs,
Okay.
where we've put
Thank
all
you,
over
Paul.
town.
Thank you.
Through the chair. Question for Paul.
Yes.
So basically, you can be putting one on each street, basically in the middle of each street?
Correct, correct,
So be halfway down
yeah,
the
I'll
leg,
have it-
the legs and one in the middle and the back?
correct. And I know one of those, I noticed for sure that the trailer that's there has no windows on that side of the house, so it's not gonna bother them. So,
Right.
Just, no, sorry. I gladly say this to my little sister. You need to go up to the mic.
Well, it's for Paul.
you can ask, but
Through the chair. I just want to know what he means by the back. Does he
Can-
mean the
can I
back,
get your
like On
name?
Cedar Brook or the back? Okay, that's all.
Susie,
Your name?
I need your name and address, please.
Susan Roderick, 3 Cedar Brook Ave, Winslow, Maine, 04901.
Thank you.
Yes, maybe.
I just have a question. I'm not doubting the warranty deed allowing Paul to install lights or anything else. I'd really love to see the approved plans for that subdivision to know if the developer was supposed to put in the streetlights themselves. There would at least save the installation costs of the town. They're not on the planning board website list of minutes for either October 1st, 2018 or November 5th, 2018. Don't even bother to look for the 2005 minutes that alluded to subdivision approval. Stephanie Subak, Goodrich Lane, Winslow. Just to make it clear, those subdivision plans are not there on the public website to know whether that Halifax Heights trailer park, that's the terminology being used, subdivision was even approved by the town, or what provisions were made, or what the plan was that was put in front of the planning board. You can't tell.
Through the chair.
go ahead.
I think, Paul, you might have cleared some of that up, because then you talked to Doug Dixon,
not recently, but I'm familiar with the project, I mean,
and then didn't he give the roads to Winslow? Winslow paved them?
Doug Dixon paved them.
Doug, okay, so Doug paved them before they gave them to Winslow, right?
Correct, they have to be
But
paved
that-
before we dig them.
Did that give us the right of way to put lights on those streets?
They give
Yeah.
us a 50-foot right-of-way, the poles are all in the right-of-way, I mean, everything belongs to us.
All right, thank you, Paul. I think that might answer your question, Stephanie. No?
Anybody else? Can we get a motion?
So move.
Second.
Adam Lent,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
and Doris LeBranch.
Yes.
And Fran has asked to recuse herself from this vote, so the motion passes 4-0.
Moving on to order number 18-2025. Authorization is granted for the town manager to, I'm so sorry. That's the one we just did. Can we waive the second reading for that?
If you would like to.
Can I have a motion to waive the second reading?
So
Motion.
moved.
Second it.
That was Lee and Mike. Adam Lent,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
and Doris LeBranch.
Yes.
So motion to waive second reading passes 4-0.
Order number 19-2025, the town manager is hereby authorized to execute the necessary agreements for the procurement and installation of a state-of-the-art grinder at the Chaffee Brook Pump Station, a critical component of our sewer management system. Funding for this essential project will be drawn from the sewer capital account in accordance with the attached detailed quotes that outline the scope of work and associated costs. The total expenditure for both the parts and installation shall not exceed $80,000. Do we have a motion?
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? No discussions? Let's have a vote.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
and Adam Lent.
Yes.
Order number 19-2025 passed.
Yep. Somebody want to, can we have a motion to waive the second reading?
Move to.
A second.
And a vote, please.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch.
Yes.
And Adam Lent.
Yes.
Motion to waive second reading passes 5-0.
Order number 20-2025, authorization for the town manager to execute a quitclaim deed for the property identified in the accompanied legal description located on the Ames Road in Winslow.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, through the chair, where is this piece of property located on the Ames Road?
Peter Garrett's.
Oh, Peter Garrett?
Yeah.
I do have a large map over here, and I did include it in your agenda.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
It's essentially a small sliver of land that was formerly the old Ames Road. And then the new road was formed, and they need that piece of land to be able to do what he wants to do with that land, preserve some of it, as well as deed it out to whatever he wants to do. But
How much land is there
it's laid out on,
approximately?
yeah, it's like a
0.68
.6,
Yeah.
acres.
Yeah.
Okay,
half an acre,
yeah,
yeah,
thank you.
.68, yeah.
Any other discussion? Motion.
So move.
Second.
Oh, yeah, we already did that. Vote, please. I'm sorry.
I understand what the quitclaim deed is attempting to do with the parcel land and so forth. My only question is, are the folks that are getting the land going to reimburse the town for legal costs and preparation of the deed and so forth?
Yeah, there's nothing said in there right now for
Nothing said for-
reimbursement, no.
He seemed to do most of the work himself. He sent us all this
Right.
information.
Yeah, he did all that work, that map. He had his own survey completed. He did all the legwork to submit this
So he's the
to the
one that,
council.
He's the one incurring
He's the one that
costs.
completed the work, correct,
Okay.
yeah. The town didn't do anything.
Okay.
Thank you.
And a vote.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lent,
Yes.
and Lee Trahan.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Resolution. Do we want to waive that order or no? Is it a quick claim? Should we waive it or not? If it's a quick claim,
For what, the second reading?
right.
You can.
With real estate, Audra, do you usually waive the second reading or?
Not usually, I mean, I don't think he's in a hurry, but
No.
you can definitely do that. 40 years. Yeah. He's been,
Just wait, yeah.
Sorry.
Well, if somebody wants to motion.
Make a motion to waive the second reading?
Second.
And a vote to waive.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch.
Yes.
Adam Lent,
Yes.
and Lee Trahan.
Yes.
Motion to waive second reading passes 5-0.
Okay, resolution number 18-2025 to provide the approval of the 2-cent pub, 82 Clinton Avenue, Winslow, Maine 04901, for the renewal of an on-premises liquor license.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? No issues with the pub? And a vote?
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lent,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
and Mike Joseph.
Yes.
Motion to approve the liquor license passes 5-0.
Resolution number 19-2025 to provide the approval of the application for renewal of an on-premises liquor license by Lucky Panda, doing business as Lucky Panda, located at the 3 Cushman Road, Unit 2.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on the Lucky Panda? And can we have a vote, please?
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lent,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
and Fran Hudson.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
We'll now move on to discussion items. And Steve, you have the first one, what to do with the property at the old junior high?
Yep, through the chair. So this was just an impromptu project to put something out there. We initially started with a Facebook post, trying to garner information from the community on what people were thinking about with regard to revitalizing or reusing, reimagining the space where the current Winslow Junior High School building resides. The initial Facebook post didn't really, you had to form a group and then people had to join the group to really provide any information, and it was a bear trying to get anything of real substance. And then somebody brought up the idea of using a QR code. And I shared the information with the Central Maine Growth Council, and they were pretty impressed that within a matter of 4 or 5 days, we had secured like 280 responses to the QR code. And it looks like right now there's somewhat of a tie. So we're actually 279 responses total at the time that this was printed up. So we had 74 responses for a community center, 6 responses for just a library, 56 responses for a parking lot, 72 responses for a community center / library, and 71 responses stating other. And it ranged from a community center would be great, but I'd like to see something for the football spectators, maybe enlarging some of the fields, parking for the sports fields, an extension to Hollinsworth Street, move the Babe Ruth baseball field to be shared with the old quote-unquote soccer field. So there's all sorts of various suggestions, a multi-sport turf field, so there's some great ideas. Obviously, dollar figures come with each one of those. But this was really the impetus right here. We wanted to start with just a simple outreach to the community to see what the community wanted to do with that, or what they thought would be best suited for that piece of terrain. And so again, 279 responses, and really the big tie there is community center or community center / library. That's what we're looking at right now. I'm not saying that that's what's going to go there. I think for the time being, while we look at and research ways to secure some creative funding or grants or whatever to help us put a quality product or a project, a building in that location, I think in the time being, we'll create some sort of a green space, whether it's additional parking. It'll be mostly gravel, I believe, when they're done. So it'll certainly be adequate parking for the fall football season. But that's where we're at right now. So it's just really the baby steps, just kind of looking out there to see what people are looking at.
Interesting.
Did I answer your question, Mr. Trahan?
Yes,
Okay, good.
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir.
If you don't mind, Fran, I just pulled up the survey, and we have 295 now.
Oh,
So
nice.
even every day, we're getting a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
It's a good little project.
Moving on to B, domesticated chicken ordinance conflicts with potential food sovereignty ordinance.
Yeah.
Steve?
That's through the chair, yeah. So that's, we still have ongoing discussions with the Agricultural Commission. Just really making sure that we dot the i's, cross the t's with regard to the food sovereignty ordinance. And does it, if at all, conflict with any other ordinances, zoning ordinances or whatever, that the town already has on the books? So I found a couple, they're up for discussion. I believe the Ag Commission is meeting on Thursday night. And we have ongoing discussions and email traffic going back and forth right now. So just wanted to let you know that those discussions are still happening. We're going to try to deconflict some of those ordinances, and more to follow.
Thank you, Steve.
I'm sorry. Actually.
Yes, Kate Newkirk, Chair of the Agricultural Commission. And just to give you guys a little bit of background, we first implemented this chicken ordinance back before the food sovereignty, before food sovereignty went into effect and passed. So we have not been back to revisit that ordinance, so there are some conflicts with the food sovereignty ordinance that we're going to be putting forward. So just to give you a little background of why there's issues with it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now is the time for public comment. If anybody would like to get up and speak, they have 3 minutes to speak about anything that is not on the agenda tonight.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you for coming. I hope I got it all right.
No problem,
You're
thank you.
welcome. Congratulations.
So do we have anyone that wants to speak? Public comment? We'll move on to motion to enter into an executive session pursuant to 1 MRSA subsection 4056C, disposition of real property.
So moved.
Second.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lint,
Yes.
and Lee Trahan.
Yes.
Thank you, Louise.
Motion passes 5-0.